our last and final guest here today, Coach Jared Jensen of the Sigourney Keota Cobras. Had a 62-12 victory at English or EBF last night, which moved them to 5-0 in the district, the number one seed in the playoffs, and our fourth district title in a row. Which, when I was listening there to the show last night on the other station, I didn't even realize our seniors every year they were district champs. All the way through. I don't think have they lost a district game?
They haven't.
In 4 years, yeah. So anyway, Coach, good win last night. Coach Hahn and I actually went to...
Isaac had a night, ended up having two kick returns for touchdowns, a blocked punt, a touchdown on offense. So he had kind of that coming out party. I mean, he's done well all year. Had some injuries. Didn't play a few games, but receiver all game long. So he did a fantastic job. But I think everybody did. I mean, we had 7 or 8 ball carriers again. 300 and some yards rushing. Had one pass completion from Stout to Kindred for 67 yards and a touchdown. And so offensively, obviously, they ran the option and did a really good job of it. I mean, they rode that fullback all the way into the line, and that quarterback was either pulling or giving. And our defensive ends, a lot of times bit on the dive, and then he pulled it. And really good football. Saw something new this week, something we haven't seen all year. So we got our first taste of it, and I know if we see a team that runs the option again, that we're definitely going to be prepared for it this time. So. They had a good night. I thought special teams played really well. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I feel good about where we're at. Heading into the playoffs with all the injuries early. The last few weeks we've just been clicking, and it's not about playing your best ball at the beginning of the season. It's about playing your best ball at the end of the season, and I think we're playing our best ball right now.
Yeah, and you and the kids both. I mean, a lot of adversity, throughout the whole season that we've been able to overcome, and now it feels like we're kind of a fresh start, and like I said, hitting on all cylinders at a good time, and ready to go into the playoffs. So, just from a few clips I seen there last night, I mean, Eddyville looked like they, were a little bit improved there from what they have been, and I was, I'm one that's a little bit greedy because I remember telling Coach Hahn, I was like, gosh dang, they scored on us. I'm always hoping for the shutout, right. But I was a little surprised that Eddyville squeaked a couple in on us there, but they seem to be improved, and I think maybe you said on the other station that they had some kids that hadn't went out since junior high or something, and then all of a sudden these seniors go out, and they got athletes down there. So
I mean, there was a handful of them that decided not to go out starting their freshman year and focus on other things, and those guys came back out. One's the Moore kid, who's a great basketball player, great athlete. The Glosser boy at running back, their quarterback. Just those guys that you need that are walking up and down the halls. You need out for your team that weren't out. Finally came back out, and their skill guys were solid. Their line was big. They have one freshman starting that's a monster, and so I knew we'd have a little bit of an advantage there, but. I think those guys played more physical than they had all year. From the films I saw, and I'm guessing their coaching staff harped that all week. This is going to be a physical football game. You better take it to them before they take it to you. And I thought they did a pretty good job. I mean, obviously their numbers are down and aren't quite there. All 11 on the field, probably as good as some other teams, but they got some guys in some spots that are as good as any other team they face. Yeah.
And did they finish as the fourth in our district?
Okay,
so they're playoff bound too here. So
So I noticed last night watching the game, I saw you pull out a couple new plays. What was it like to get Sawyer under center for Brock? And they've never done that. I mean, they just never have. What was that like? Was it
wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it a clean transition, or was there some stumbles along the way to get it in practice?
I mean, we've ran that right opposite for years now. I mean, last year didn't really run it very much, and this year really haven't ran it very much because we weren't hitting on all cylinders with our base stuff early on. So we weren't continuing to like add more stuff. We needed to, figure out our base plays and make sure we're running those up to our full potential. And but those guys are used to it. I mean, they've been taking snaps like that. Obviously not a ton. We're a shotgun team, and but every week in practice we run the right opposite series. 4 plays each day. I mean, just there's a lot of stuff we have in that we haven't seen or haven't shown, and it's I don't know. You kind of look at it both ways. You have all this stuff, but you don't use it. Well, when our other stuff's working just fine, why show anything else? But on the other hand, it's you have it in, you practice it, but you haven't actually executed in a game. Right. So you can look at it both ways. But we've got some stuff in that we just haven't really had an opportunity to run or show or different things like that. But we went into our where we split the wing out at receiver there last week and started working a lot more out of that, and a little bit of right opposite this week. A lot of it's we're overloading the quick side and trying to just get numbers there. And the first time they were overloaded on our strong side, and Kindred had a great run, and then next time we got into it, they shifted everybody to our quick side, and we had our counter, which really is our off tackle power, to the tailback, just in a different look, and Bruns pretty much walked in the end zone on that one. So, it's stuff we work on, but we'll use it when we need it, we'll show it when we need it, and just have those things in our back pocket.
Yeah, and even if you only need it one time, I mean, it might be that one important time. So, well, on the playoffs here, Coach. Obviously, we're all waiting for the pairings, probably around 10 o'clock, and any idea, or do you just not even think about that? Or
I don't know. I mean, you never know what the state's going to decide. I think with Eastern Iowa right now, 8 of the top 10 teams are from the East. So are they going to try to work it more kind of East-West as much as they can to try to divide some of these teams in the East? I don't know. Maybe they'll just stick with East and East and West and West, and but you're going to have we've got some hammers up north as a 4 seed. Denver's in a gauntlet of a district, and we know they're a great football team, and so they're the 4 seed. And then Hudson, again, in a really good district as well, the 4 seed. I was watching. They played Thursday night against Grundy Center, who's number 1, and it was 7-3 in halfway through the fourth. And then there was a turnover for a touchdown, and then hook and ladder for a touchdown to get it to 20-3. But I don't know. Cascade finished. Stewart, I can't remember the school's name, but they finished the 4 kind of in the central district. So I don't know. I don't know who we're going to get.
I guess the main thing is we are in the playoffs, which there's a handful of schools in the state of Iowa that I'll bet wish they were looking at the playoffs today. Yep. But you know what? Everybody's back to 0-0, and yep. And it's a new season now. You got to bring your playoff T-shirts. So tomorrow is the deadline for those playoff T-shirts. So get online, get them ordered, and good luck in the playoffs. We'll be talking next Saturday about another Cobra victory on to round 2. So,
all right,
thanks,
absolutely.
Coach.
Thank you guys for everything you do. Steve, thank you as well, and go Cobras.
All right, as we transition into our pick'ems, whoever's doing the pick'ems, come on up, bring a stool with you. Let's take a look at the pick'ems standings as things tightened up this past week.
That's why you're here.
Pumpkin Spice Sellers, Alan Sellers, a fan of the spicy pumpkins, 45 points. Bruce Bulldog Hahn also is tied at first place at 45. The guest pickers, which we're not on. Guest pickers have 43. Stunning Steve, that would be me, 42 at 42 as well. So everybody is bunched up. Things are getting tighter. Alan and Bruce looking good with the cowboy hats on the graphic that we're looking at. Me looking like I'm back in 1989 in my Sigourney Savages football get-up. And Rick with the only nice picture. He's handsome,
I'm
man.
kind of camera friendly, so.
What? How many points did I have? Neil kind of got me distracted.
You and Alan are tied at 45.
Okay.
Guest
Okay.
pickers at 43, and then Rick and I at 42. We also always have to put in the disclaimer that Rick missed a week, so who knows where Rick would be right
probably
now.
be dominating this thing right now.
And you know what, Steve? On that, this is why this Saturday is a surprise.
Oh.
Because Anna is our guest picker.
All right.
We brought Neil in to cover that 1 week because I'm tired of hearing about it of Rick.
double.
So Rick gets to double up this week with his partner Neil. So Rick's got a chance here maybe to double his points here and get
All
back in the
right.
lead. So
I hope his picking's better than his garage sailing because
Yeah. That show getting canceled.
Yeah, it's
I
on
got the
tape.
axe.
You do realize
Nobody
he's
wanted
just
to
gonna
sell
pick
their
what you
stuff.
pick, right?
yes. All right.
We need to have Anna give us like a cooking video or
demo.
something. Cooking cakes with Anna.
As long as she brings samples.
yeah, we'll be the sample people here.
How we do it? Because I know we also had several complaints about the order of the pick'ems.
Oh, yeah.
Alan always tries to screw everybody over by picking first.
All right, I'll go first this week. That's fine. Since
Yeah, you were going
since
last,
it's our
I should
special Saturday with Neil Krat.
What are our games?
Okay, our first game is number 8 Oregon at number 7 Washington. I'm going to go with the Ducks on
Phone.
Sorry.
I'm going Oregon.
Who'd you go with, Alan?
Oregon.
I'm the only one that went Washington.
Yeah.
I'll go. I don't know. Is Washington any good?
Well, they're both.
They're ranked number 7,
Oh, they're decent. They're going to be a Big Ten team too. I'll go Washington.
and so is Oregon. Going to be a Big Ten
And it's
team.
at Washington, so
Who
that's
isn't
plus
gonna be a
3
big
already.
time?
All right, our second game, number 10 USC at number 21 Notre Dame. This is kind of an old rival game here. Oh boy, I don't know. I think USC is probably the better team here. I'm going to go with USC.
I'm going to go Notre Dame.
And you know how I feel on the Notre Dame, but man, they want me down twice this year now, so I've got to do the USC thing. So
USC.
Rudy, all the way.
All right.
Notre Dame. I'm always going to go for that.
And I'll go Notre Dame as well.
All right, our third game, number 25 Miami at number 12 North Carolina. I'm going to go with Tar Heels on this.
North Carolina.
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 Miami.
Good
I'll
pick,
I'll
Steve.
gain one.
Good pick, Steve.